Hey everyone, welcome back to Age and Education channel. Today we shall look into the solutions for the chapter Nutrition in Plants. So the question is, why do organisms take food? The solution will be, all organisms take food to derive energy for their growth and maintenance. Food has many components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals, which all together give the required energy to the body, right? So all organisms should take food so that they can derive energy for their growth and maintenance. All right, I hope this is clear, right? Now, distinguish between a parasite and saprotroph. So, a parasite lives on or inside another living organism called host and takes food from it, thus causing harm to the host. What are the examples? Lice and cuscuta plant, right? So, what is it? This parasite will live either in the body or outside the body. So, the lice, where will it live? It's on the body, right? So, they live either in or on the body of any living organisms, and that organism is called host, right? And it takes the food from the host and thus causing harm to the host. All right. So, lice, cuscuta plant are the examples of this. Now, how about a saprotroph? Whereas a saprotroph lives on dead and decaying things. What is it? They live on dead and decaying things and gets its food by breaking down those dead materials. What is that? They get its food by breaking down those dead materials. Example, mushroom and fungi that grows on the rotten bread, right? So, this is the difference between parasite and saprotroph, right? So, parasite will live either inside the body of the host or on the body of the host, and it will cause harm to the host, right? And the example will be lice and cuscuta plant. But whereas saprotroph lives on already dead and decaying things, right? And it gets its food by breaking down those dead materials. Example, mushroom and fungi, right? Here also the food has many components. You'll have to look into all this: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals, right? So we all need food so that we'll have energy for the maintenance of our body, for growth and for doing all the activities. So this is what we have written here. Okay, here we have distinguished between the parasite and saprotroph. Okay, we shall proceed now. How would you test the presence of starch in leaves? The test to check the presence of starch in leaves is: boil the green leaf in water for 2 minutes. Then you put the leaf in alcohol and heat it in hot water bath. It means that you will put this boiled leaf in alcohol in a test tube. Okay, you will fill the test tube with alcohol and you will put the boiled leaf in the test tube and you put it in the hot water bath. It means that you don't put it directly on the fire, you put it in hot water. You will put this test tube in the hot water bath, right? So then you take the leaf out of alcohol and rinse it in warm water. Okay, so all these steps, why are you doing all these steps? We do all these steps in order to remove the chlorophyll and make the leaf white in color. Why do you have to make the leaf white in color? It is because until and unless you have the background white, you cannot actually see the color, right? The true color of the leaf. So if when you add the iodine to the leaf, if at all it has starch in it, it will turn to blue black. And if there is no color change, it means that there is no starch present. But for all these, the background should be white, right? If you have green on it, then it's difficult to find the color. Rather, it is impossible to find what it is, right? So in order to remove the chlorophyll so that the color of the leaf turns white, we did all these, right? So now what is the next step? Add iodine solution on the leaf, which will be white in color due to the removal of chlorophyll in the above steps. If the leaf turns blue-black, it means starch is present. If there is no color change, it means no starch is present. Thus, these are the steps involved in testing for the presence of starch in the leaves. Alright, I hope you all got it, right? One correction I want to make here, it is not here, this in shouldn't be here. Okay, instead of this you have to say that add iodine solution on the leaf, which will be white in color due to the removal of chlorophyll following the above steps, right? So as we have followed the above steps, now the color of the leaf is white in color, and on that you put iodine and you will check for the change in the color. If it turns blue black, it means the starch is present, right? So this is the test for the presence of starch in leaves. Alright? Alright, the next question is, give a brief description of the process of synthesis of food in green plants. Green plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. In this process, using sunlight, water and carbon dioxide, the plant makes glucose, which is used as food by the plant and also releases oxygen into the atmosphere. Right? So here what have we seen here? The process through which the plant makes food is called as photosynthesis. Right? And this photosynthesis uses what? It needs sunlight, water and carbon dioxide, right? So with all these, what it will get, what the process gives you is glucose and oxygen, right? This glucose will be used by the plant as food, and the oxygen will be released into the atmosphere, and that is the very reason we say we have to grow more and more plants, right? And this glucose, after the plant uses, it is actually stored in the different parts of the plant as starch, right? Okay, now let us continue. In this process, plants take in carbon dioxide from the air through tiny pores on leaves called as stomata. Where will these stomata lie? They will be on leaves, right? They also absorb water from the soil through their roots. The green pigment chlorophyll in the leaves helps to trap the sunlight, right? So how will the plant obtain all these things like sunlight, water, carbon dioxide? So sunlight will be through the chlorophyll, water will be from the roots, carbon dioxide will be from the stomata. Where will the stomata be? It will be on the leaves, right? Overall, since green plants make their own food, their mode of nutrition is called as autotrophic nutrition, right? So this is the answer for this question. Next, these are the fill in the blanks. Now you all have to tell me, right? Green plants are called dash since they synthesize their own food. Just we have mentioned it, right? What are those called as autotrophs? The food synthesized by plants is stored as what? This also I have mentioned just now, it is starch, right? So with the process of photosynthesis, what we get is glucose, and this glucose is stored in the different parts of the plant as starch, right? In photosynthesis, solar energy is absorbed by the green pigment called as what? Chlorophyll, right? During photosynthesis, plants take in dash and release dash. Tell me, plants take in carbon dioxide, right? So the plants take carbon dioxide and they release what? They release oxygen gas. Now name the following. A parasitic plant with yellow, slender and branched stem. What is it? Cuscuta, right? A plant that is partially autotrophic, it's pitcher plant, right? Pitcher plant. The pores through which leaves exchange gases, what is it? Stomata. Alright, this a parasitic plant with yellow slender, have already mentioned what is the meaning of parasitic plants, right? So these plants, the cuscuta, will take all the nutrients from what? From its host plant, right? A plant that is partially autotrophic, why are we saying it to be partially autotrophic? It is because they make their own food, but the food here will be deficient in nitrogen, right? So for that, the pitcher plant is partially autotrophic. The pores through which leaves exchange gases, that you already know, stomata, right? Stomata is a tiny pore which has guard cells around it, right? Now, cuscuta is an example of, you have to tell me, yes, parasite. The plant which traps and feeds on insect is called, what is it? Pitcher plant, right? We have already mentioned here. Why will it do that? It is because it is deficient in nitrogen. It will derive this deficiency from, it will it will take this nitrogen from the insects that are trapped, right? Now, this is the match the following. I know that you all can easily do it, right? So chlorophyll is in, it will be in leaf, right? So nitrogen, rhizobium bacteria. Okay. So next, cuscuta. Tell me, how about cuscuta? We have already dealt with this so many times. It's a parasite. Then animals. Animals are they autotrophs or heterotrophs? They are heterotrophs. It means that they depend on other things for its food needs, right? Insects. How about insects? Yes. What is left? Yes, pitcher plant. Now if I draw here, you'll get confused, right? So I'll put this sort of line. Pitcher plant, insects, right? Now mark true, like this is just true or false, okay? Carbon dioxide is released during photosynthesis. True or false? Yes, I know that you all are shouting from there. False. What is released? Oxygen is released, right? Plants which synthesize their own food are called as saprotrophs. No, what are those called as? Autotrophs, right? Autotrophs. So it's false. The product of photosynthesis is not a protein. It's true, right? What is the product of photosynthesis? What you get? You get glucose. What is glucose? It's a kind of carbohydrate, right? It's not a protein. So, no. Okay. Next, solar energy is converted into chemical energy during photosynthesis. Yes, true. Now, which part of the plant takes in carbon dioxide from the air for photosynthesis? Which part of the plant takes in carbon dioxide? Tell me. Yes, stomata. Plants take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere mainly through their, see, this is indirect question. You know that it is through stomata, but where will this stomata, where can you find the stomata? It will be in leaves, right? So it's like a continued question, right? Okay, I hope now everything is clear. If at all you want any other clarification or answers for any other questions, you put it in the comments. I'll make sure that I'll give answer to those questions too. Okay, happy learning. Bye, see you.